586, assignment number 2 is create and publish a class website. And this is due on Sunday. So we move back to being due on Sunday. And so before I get into everything, just know that this is really geared towards using Google Sites to build it, but you can use whatever you are. Right here, I just want to point this out. You're not required to publish this website. However, a link to the completed website must be submitted, meaning if you need to add us or add me as, or add us as the class as viewers, you can do that within Google Sites or the other ones. We need a link that we can see it. And so you may have to publish it and make it private. There's different ways depending on the site. So first of all, if you click that link, it takes you this teacher's guide on creating a website using the new Google Sites. If you haven't used it, it's pretty user-friendly, really easy to embed anything that's within Google or YouTube. And so you can look through that. So just showing you a couple of the places. Google Sites, really straightforward. Some people use Wix. I myself have not used it, but you can use Wix if that's what you like. Once again, Canva is another tool that you hear me say a lot in this class because it just has so many templates. And, you know, if you put your branding in it, your colors can be consistent across all your marketing material, your newsletters, your websites, that sort of thing. And there's one called Site 123 that does have a free version for teachers as well. So you can use whatever you want. Since we are a Google district or a Google university, Google Sites is probably the easiest. But once again, you can use what you're familiar with. So just going through it real quick, you need at least 5 pages or tabs that meet the following requirements. So content, all the content is appropriate. The author's made it obvious to engage the viewer. And layout alignment guides are used. With all those makers, layout's not going to be an issue. Just make sure you kind of develop it in a way that makes sense. The backgrounds don't take away from what you're trying to do. Graphics are used appropriately, and all images used in accordance with copyright law. So, you know, if it's not something that's free public domain, you know, you can't use it. And then appropriate links are used throughout. Every hyperlink must work. There must be at least 5 hyperlinks to sites that are not within your website. So external sites. Keep scrolling down. Once again, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's not too bad of an assignment. It shouldn't take too long. You must, you know, have navigation, whether that's horizontal or vertical navigation, and it must be consistent throughout. The first page is always the home page, and then make sure you're not using anything you shouldn't be without giving appropriate credit. And then the first thing you want to do is within your website, embed a link to your What's New About Me project from week 1. So make sure that you have that on there because that's part of it. And then throughout this course, you'll be using this website to post your design pieces that you're making throughout. So this is the start of essentially like an online portfolio, but that's not necessarily what the website design, what you would set it up for. Scrolling down to the rubric, once again, there's 3 levels and there are 3 areas. So website is easy to navigate, at least 5 pages with 5 hyperlinks. It's effectively communicating to your audience. It's clear. Colors and backgrounds make it easier to read. It doesn't take away. And then images and graphics and at least 1 video are embedded within it. Sources are documented properly. As always, with any assignment, make sure to reach out to me if you have any questions. But this is your assignment number 2 for EDUT 586.